This is the NFL on EA Sports, and this is Paycor Stadium in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow going to begin this one with a pass. That one taken in by T. Higgins. Give him 14 on that play, one first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
A first down throw for Burrow. Try him again. Another one to Higgins. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On the ground, here's the rookie out of Arkansas. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here. His ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They bring the tight end in motion. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
That's a really good effort on 3rd down, just trying to make something happen. He did well to get what he got, but it's not enough for a first.
On 4th down, they'll call on Brad Robbins here to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. The tight end going in motion to the left. They'll try to run. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on fourth down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here with Hall. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. On 3rd down, Rodgers. Open man, left side, he's got it. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They put Wilson in motion. Rodgers on 1st down. He'll get this out wide. And he's into the end zone. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow working in the pistol. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. DJ Reed that time. Good tight coverage, and he's able to get a hand on it.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now a run on 1st down. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Second down and 8. You have a tight end motioning left here. Burrow here on 2nd down. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
You can just see the frustration of the defender. Did you see him get off the quarterback? He's like, man, hold that ball for 1 tick longer, man. I'm there to record the sack. Nice job by the quarterback having that timing and rhythm to get that ball out of his hand. But you can imagine, he got close this time. That defender, he's going to keep coming, and don't be surprised if he eventually gets to him.
Here's 3rd and 7. They'll send a tight end in motion. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That one finds Chase. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. 2nd down, Burrow. To the middle of the field. That's taken in by Chase. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
First and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He'll be brought down inside the 25. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. The throw is Burrow. This one caught by Chase. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
On the ground, it's the veteran Zach Moss. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Burrow to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's hauled. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Hall. He'll have a Jets 1st down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
They put Wilson in motion. They run on the jet sweep, and that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense, no gain.
Second down, Rodgers. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. Big gain for the Jets there. It's a gain of 34.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
A first down throw from Rodgers. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. Third and 9. Out of the pistol, Rodgers to throw. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run. It's Hall. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. This drive will start on the ground. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. They'll stay on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, after the nice run to start the drive, why not go back to the well and try it again? And that's exactly what they do. Have to imagine at some point now, the defense tries to change their look.
Burrow fires quick to Higgins. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. They bring a tight end in motion left. Now here's Tyler Algier out of BYU. He's down inside the 10, a gain of 4. Third down, 3 to go. Burrow. And he'll take it on in. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. On is McPherson for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bengals will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hall. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
They'll run with the former Badger, Braylon Allen. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down, it'll go down as a loss of 2.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. The master of play action, Rodgers. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. That is Trey Hendrickson, the veteran, in there to record the sack. Third and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. That's taken at about the 14, and he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it'll be second down.
Here we go. 11 Thomas.
Handoff here, up the middle. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Tight end going in motion here. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. To the outside, complete. It's Wilson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Hall. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Rodgers on first down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Second and 7. Gesicki, the man in motion. Now Rodgers.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. Field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Williams in motion. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th down. And he's going to have the Jets' first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On the give, it's Hall. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here's a 2nd and 12. They put Wilson in motion. Here's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Rodgers to throw. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet in bounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Hall. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
From back at the 5, here now 3rd and goal. Rodgers now. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Jets will send out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. No issues there. This one is good. And the Jets get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Looking to throw. It's Rodgers. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On play action, Roger. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Burrow working in the pistol. To the middle of the field. That's taken in by Chase. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And this defense not allowing much there. They'll stop him at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
On 1st and 10, it's Moss. Flag comes in as he's forward for about 3 yards, but we'll need to check on the call. He'll give up the middle to Moss. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Burrow. Open man, downfield, Chase has it. And they're gonna get this all the way down inside the 5.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
They'll run it here with Algier. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard, down to the 2. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
This is the 8th play of this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he'll get this inside the 5, but no further. Great job by the defense. It sets up 4th down. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This, about as short as you can get. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals have tied it at 17.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
The return starts from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Play action now with Rodgers. He's got Gesicki open down the field. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the run, here's Hall. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. From the gun, Rodgers. To the right side here, pass is caught. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A give. Here's Hall. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Chris Jenkins there on the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Throwing, Rodgers. That is going to be Hall in. He's got it. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Burrow here on 2nd down. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Jets have got it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. Third and long. Now Burrow on the bootleg. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
The entire idea of the bootleg is to move your quarterback off of his normal spot, buy some extra time for your offensive line, and alleviate some of the pressure on the protection. But in this case, it seemed to me like the quarterback panicked a little bit. He went into survival mode and ended up leading to a massive loss.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. They put Wilson in motion. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Rodgers. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Higgins sent in motion. They go play action for Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They bring Chase in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They bring Chase in motion. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, Burrow. Open man, the tight end, straight down the field. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Throwing is Burrow. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And that is incomplete. DJ Reed that time. Good tight coverage, and he's able to get a hand on it. So out now, Evan McPherson in a big spot. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Rodgers, RPO, quickly out to Wilson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And the drive will stay alive. He's got the first down up to the 44.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Here comes Hall on this toss to the right. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. A shotgun snap and a give to Hall. On comes the punt team now for the Jets as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete. They bring Chase in motion. Burrow
This one complete right side. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it, but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Slot man in motion left. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. You know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
On 1st down, Burrow. Quick throw here is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Open man, right side. He's got it. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Here in the 4th quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the 4th quarter.
First and 10. Burrow to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Now, Burrow. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals go up by 3. It's 27-24. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
It's only a yard, but a big yard. 4th and 1. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here we go. This is 4th down. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They put Wilson in motion. Play fake. It's Rodgers. Toward the middle. That's caught by Moore. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and that will lead to a second down.
So I still think there's plenty of time if they can get within shot of the end zone that they can go for a touchdown and try to win this thing in regulation. You always have a field goal try in your back pocket to at least tie the game and force overtime.
Again, it's Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Third and long for Rodgers. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
That is caught at the 3. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
Here is 1st and goal. Rodgers. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to force overtime. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are almost certainly bound for overtime.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool, he's calm, he steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will do it. 4 quarters, no winner. Let's keep going. We're off to overtime. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets 1 possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Burrow working in the pistol. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now a run on 1st down. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. They'll run on first down with Algier. Good blocking to the 15. And he's into the end zone. That'll do it. They win it in OT.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play, and it results in a big touchdown.
So this one in the win column for the Bengals. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for